Thank you. Wow, this is something else, you know. Little Mexican kid born in California, didn't expect to be up here for sure. Before we start all this, I've got to express something deep within me. I had a friend of mine. We worked together in the jails back in 1973. Been a great friend. He left the department early on because he was smarter than I was. And he ended up, when he retired, as the assistant chief of police of San Angelo, Texas. We kept our friendship up over the years, primarily through the internet, phone calls every once in a while. And he found out that I was going to be speaking here today. And he's going to send a couple of buddies up to say hello. And instead of sending a couple of buddies up, he shocked me. And he came up here from Colorado to be with me today. Wayne and Edith Peters, would you please stand? Wayne and Edith, stand up, Wayne. We have a little something in common. We were both crew chiefs in Vietnam on helicopters back in the day, and both drink mass quantities of spiritus fermenti back in the day. We had fun, and there's nothing better than friendship, because without friends, you're nothing. Now, let's talk a little bit about me. Yeah. Enough about what's his name. We had breakfast and coffee this morning together. He says, well, what are you going to talk about? You have some surprise? I said, I have no idea. I'm just going to get up here and talk to my friends, because everybody out there is a friend, otherwise they wouldn't be here. And so I'm grateful for everybody showing up. I'm grateful for your following, and you take that case away from me, the Night Stalker, that they did the documentary on, and I'm nothing but another overweight retired Mexican cop out of LA. How many people here saw the documentary? Wow, that's exciting. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Gil Carrillo. Gil Carrillo started out as a teenager in life. I didn't even go through the kiddie years. I just hatched as a teenager. And, I didn't know what I was going to do in life. And I knew the cops well enough that one cop took me home and told my parents, sign for him to get off the streets or he's going to end up dead or in prison. So at age 17, my parents signed for me to go into the United States Army. And when I did, the first time I was away from home, it was an eye-opener for me. I turned 18 November 29th, and on 1st February, I was in a place called Vietnam, right in the middle of war. And all of a sudden, I matured. I had different goals in life, new appreciation for life. And when I got out of the service, I had 3 goals. Goal number 1, I wanted to become a cop. I wanted to become a cop because I wanted to be able to give back what that cop gave to me, and that was my life. He helped me get off the streets. Because to this day, those that stood back on the block are either dead or in prison. Those that went on into the service are leading productive lives or have died of natural causes. We're getting old. Goal number 2, I wanted to go to college. I have 6 sisters, and nobody in my family had ever gone to college. Matter of fact, when I got out of college, I thought college was for nothing more than rich white people. I wanted to go, so I started college. I knew it was mature because I sent for my high school transcripts. Obviously thought D stood for damn good and F was fabulous. And the only reason I got into college was because I was a veteran, so they let me in. My 3rd goal, ladies, I don't want you to hate Gil now, because here's the truth. When I was in Vietnam, my then girlfriend wrote me a Dear John letter. It broke my heart. My corazon was broken. Do I get it? Oh, yeah. So when I got back out of the Army, my third goal, are you ready, guys? I wanted to get her back. I wanted her eaten out of the palm of my hand so I could break it off on her. Revenge was to be mine. I got out of the service June of 1970. I started college right away, the summer session. Got her eaten out of the palm of my hand by September. And the day after Christmas, booyah, we got married. Okay, 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. We just celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary this past Christmas. Believe me, it's all her. She is the angel. When you see the cartoon, angel on one side, oh no, don't do it, don't do it. I'm the devil on this side going, yeah, yeah, get him, get him, get him. She's a sweetheart. And for those who watched the documentary, I watched it the first time the night that it dropped. I hadn't seen any working parts of it, nothing. The director, Mr. Tiller Russell, I just told him, you do your magic, that's your business, I'm just your interviewee. And so we watched it. And during that documentary, I cried sometimes, and I laughed sometimes. And when it was over, the first thing I did was apologize to my wife. Because, see, during that time, I was focused on solving the case. I needed to get him because he was dangerous. And not only was he dangerous to the residents of Los Angeles County, but hello, my family. All my family, all my friends, and everything was so secretive at the time I couldn't tell anybody anything, except for my wife knew that he'd hit more than one place in one night. So it was tough on her, but I told her, your job is to take care of the house and the kids. My job is to capture the bad guy. And I thought that was a pretty even divide, except for I was carrying a gun. She wasn't. I knew what I was doing. She didn't. And the thing that I hadn't taken under consideration is the fear factor. I didn't want to know about broken pipes. I didn't want to hear any problems. I remember calling up one day asking how the family's doing. And she said, I caught Renee, that was my oldest. She was 13 at the time, crying in your mother's bedroom. When I asked her why, she said, I just want my dad back. Now, my wife told me this, made tears start rolling down my cheek. I wasn't there. Hung up the phone and I started cussing. I was so pissed off at my wife. I've got enough on my shoulders right now and my plate is full. I don't need to hear about the kids right now. Take care of that. Don't weigh it on me. Now, I couldn't tell her that, but that's the way I felt. I was totally focused. So once this documentary was over, I apologized to her, telling her that I never realized how tough it was on her because of her fear.